Hello, Fabulous Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is, and it really is amazing. I have been calling this the divine wrap-up because in many ways we are wrapping up larger energies, larger retrograde seasons. And as we get to the very end of the month for New Year's Eve, Uranus will be standing still in the sky. And at the beginning of 2019, we'll go forward, which means that all major planets will be forward for the first 2 months of the year. So this is really exciting, and it's a really big deal because it represents a sense of momentum, a sense of possibility, a sense of new beginnings, and implementing all kinds of things that we hope will continue to gain ground going forward. Now, this is certainly true for you as well. The only thing is, though, I do think for you, there may be a little bit of impulsiveness, and that's okay. If you are inspired to go in a particular direction, I'm all about supporting your inspiration. I think that when inspiration comes, it essentially shows us where our karmic learning is, and so I'm all about you trusting that. However, where possible, if at all possible, if you want to take a more measured approach, that wouldn't be a bad idea, especially with a month like this, and especially with a month like January. That really is a powerful time to be implementing new things, considering that Venus is going to be in your sign. All planets are going forward. As I mentioned, Jupiter will meet Venus in your sign. So there's big things to look forward to. And I'll be talking about it every step of the way. But let's bring it back to this month. And this month is important for you. And as I said, there's this sense of wanting to begin right now. And that is because of a new moon. Right around the 7th of the month, we are going to have a new moon in your sign. It's happening not far from Jupiter, and that gives it that sense of possibility and hope and you feeling very aligned with greater opportunities. However, this new moon is also speaking with Neptune, and it is speaking with Mars, and these are conversations of tension. Under the light of this new moon, we are also going to have a Mercury direct, and Mercury will go direct in the sign just before yours, before re-entering your sign shortly after the new moon. And so it's important to watch what is transpiring around this new moon. There will be an overall feeling of some impulsiveness, some sense of not wanting to wait anymore. There's a lot of determination, but at the same time, there may be some key things that you are not seeing as clearly, some key elements, some details that you are missing that are going to be important. Now, those details and what that is for you is going to reveal itself more fully as we move later into the month. I do think that possibly your luckiest day of this month is going to occur right around the 20th. That is because that is when Jupiter will meet Mercury for the third and final time as part of the larger Mercury retrograde season that's taken place mostly in your sign. There is this sense of larger blessings, larger clarities, a sense of just realizing the right thing at the right time with your instincts being really high and opportunity just finding you very much by surprise. That is especially strong around the 20th. So as we get a little bit later in the month, but around this new moon anyways, things may not be as clear as you may like. And at the same time, there's this very strong determination to take some action that you just want to be sure is a little bit more rooted in being strategic to the best of your ability. And just to make sure that you're paying attention to all the different factors that could be at play. This becomes especially true for those of you who may work from home or work with homes. Also, wherever it is that you're involving your family, particularly your family of origin, then these factors of where it is that you're wanting to begin again become that much more heightened. The need for caution becomes that much more heightened. But for all this, you've got this phenomenal month ahead of you. Not only will Mercury go direct and re-enter your sign and meet Jupiter, but it is that meeting with Jupiter that just ends up being a peak moment as part of this larger month of you realizing what you're willing to work towards, what you're willing to fight towards, and where it is that you are feeling that you are ready to begin again. The time for beginnings is right around the corner, although in some ways there are some smaller seeds being planted around the new moon that can end up being tremendously important for you as you move forward into a new year. As we move a little bit later into the month, it is going to be right around the 22nd that we have a full moon. This full moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with a few things. One is financial, like your relationship with financial institutions and the resources you believe are available to you. The other part of this is personal transformation and a personal connection to your inner wealth as well. This can be a time that feels very regenerating in some way, and it tends to be quite private. Now, the thing that is interesting about this full moon is that it is essentially unaspected, which means it's not having major mathematically precise conversations with other power players in the sky. It is also one that is happening at the very beginning of its sign as well. So it represents a beginning, but also with the full moon, there's a sense of fruition and culmination, and it will ultimately be one that is deeply personal to you. So it may be at this time that you are hoping to gain access to some sort of funding of some kind. You can, of course, pursue that, take one step at a time. At the same time, though, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot that you can do or are going to do, because this full moon is not making major connections to other power players just yet. And so I do feel like where it is that you are trying to advance whatever it is that you want to do in terms of accessing a grant or a loan or a bursary or a scholarship or benefits that you may qualify for, strive to do that in the days leading up to that conjunction of Mercury and Jupiter. So try to do that in the days leading up to the 20th, so just before that full moon reaches, because by the time we get to that full moon, it is just such a time of realization, but not necessarily a time of major implementations, that you want to catch the energy as it's growing to work it to your advantage. Now, for those of you who are using this energy in more personal ways, in terms of that regenerative quality it has, psychologically and physically, this can be a time of a lot of personal breakthroughs, but they will be your own, and they will be closely held as well. And they will be the kind of breakthroughs that ultimately allow you to shift your energy, that will help you in many ways as you move towards a new year. Now, where it comes to matters of love, okay, so here's the thing. Next month, we're going to have Venus in your sign. As I mentioned, Venus will meet Jupiter in your sign. It's a very big month for you next month where it comes to matters of love. This month, it seems a lot more private. It seems a lot more personal. We had a full moon late last month that highlighted relationships as well. And so as you're entering this month, there might be some sense of movement, of surprise, and that really is because of the Venus retrograde season. Venus will stand across the sky from Uranus at the very beginning of the month. So in some way, love can be a particularly surprising space, and your friends may be part of the realizations that you're having that are changing your energy in important ways where it comes to matters of heart. But it is going to be, as we get to the very middle of the month, right around the 16th, that Venus will make its final connection with Saturn as part of the larger Venus retrograde season. And this is going to represent a turning point for you. And again, it's deeply personal. So whether it is that something has been going on with someone, or you hoped something would be going on with somebody, it isn't necessarily something you can announce to the world at this time. But at least you're making a choice. You're making a decision of what stays and what goes. And it could also be at this time that a lot of the larger lessons of this Venus retrograde season that you've been in since September start to truly feel like they've come together for you, and you're able to move forward that much more securely towards a more stable future. Right around the 18th, Venus will leave shadow. The Venus retrograde season will be over, but we're still in this energy for you that is deeply private and deeply personal where it comes to matters of heart. If you are open to meeting someone new, well, chances are that this is going to be a time where you are considering where you want to go where it comes to matters of love, if that's something you even want, but also considering a more profound spiritual love that is available to you. There's a strong sense of karma at this time where it comes to matters of heart, and it is that sense of karmic timing and karmic blessings that will be part of what feels so grounding in the middle of the month. Now, for those of you who are just getting to know somebody, do expect at the very beginning of the month to feel a sense of a secret being revealed, something you didn't know, all of a sudden being known. It is as you get to the middle of the month that you decide what it is you're going to do with that information. However it is that you are coming to these personal decisions, they are your own. They're not necessarily something you're ready to share with others. And for those of you in an established bond, I do feel like it is going to be early in the month where there's a real sense of clearing, getting all cards on the table, all honesty coming forward, being able to share with each other that much more freely, and understanding the core of particular issues between the two of you. It is as we get to the middle of the month that you affirm a spiritual understanding about yourself, about what love is really going to mean to you now and in your future, and how your partner figures into that. And from there, with that sense of privacy in your own space, in your own time, and in your own heart, you lay the foundation for a stronger love to grow ahead. What I love about this month for you, I love how you're preparing for big things. I love that Mercury is going to meet Jupiter in your sign. I think that's going to be the real highlight moment of clarity for you, of understanding for you, but also great luck for you as well. Wherever it is that you need to do something or ask for something or take an action in support of what it is you're wanting to do or where it is that you're wanting to go, strive to do that mid-month, because there are such possibilities with you at that time. The possibility of coming out with much more than you ever hoped for, than you ever expected, in a way that makes you truly happy. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to NadiyaShah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded exclusive video scopes every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.